Here's Lisa.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning.
The economy has tanked. Wall Street is a mess. We are wondering if we're going to keep our jobs. Some people have already lost their jobs. There's more fear and anxiety in this country than many of us have experienced for a long time. So I ask you this morning, ladies and gentlemen, what crosses do you bear? What hardships are you experiencing? What troubles are you dealing with? What turmoils do you have? What crosses do you bear? Bob was speaking earlier. Many of you are fully aware that the birth of our third child landed us, being myself, on the front page of the Buffalo News with a headline that read, "Little Girl, Big Dangers." We were unprepared that a third child would so dramatically alter our lives that I, as a food expert, didn't know, with all of my skills, whether I could keep my daughter alive. And the actual reason that we had her was I could cook without gluten, wheat, oats, barley, rye. I could cook without eggs. I could cook without milk. I could cook without peanuts, tree nuts, and coconut, and a few other things. So, hey, who could be more allergic than that? That kind of flawed thinking is what brought a new future. And in addition to having a child who I wasn't sure was going to make it, we then added to the trouble by having medical bills in the amount of $2,000 per month that our insurance company refused to pay. That's a whole nother speech and something that I love to talk about because it's a great story of how the FBI didn't want to meet with me, but they got them to meet with me, and all the things that, by the way, failed. So we have this child. We finally, by the grace of God, find a medical doctor who actually not only knew more than me, but actually could make a difference. So within 3 weeks, her chronic diarrhea cleared up. Her eczema cleared up. She could eat the very foods that made her nose run, her eyes water, her face turn pink, and had her lose weight a couple ounces a day. Boom, in less than 3 weeks. So we really thought, this is pretty amazing. I spent 9 months calling every medical institution in the country and then some, looking for a treatment. Here it is, and I did research and whatnot. But God, ladies and gentlemen, is so generous. I knew that at some point that all of the difficulties would be for the benefit of many. That's really how God works, is to give you a cross. And many times we think that our cross is too heavy, that we weren't the right person, that clearly somebody else would be better to have had this cross. But God really knows what he's doing. And out of all of the difficulties, people in this room, the Knights of Columbus, came to support the benefit that we had, which was 3 years ago already. It seems like yesterday, and it was 3 years ago. So my daughter, by the way, is doing remarkably well. She can go places, be with people. Now, she still has about $3,000 a month in medical bills, and we know her underlying problem is that regardless of what food she takes in, regardless of what supplements she gets, no matter how she gets them, she's not absorbing vitamins and nutrients that are put into her body. That, ladies and gentlemen, would make anybody sick in short order. But we now completely understand the underlying problem and can have made a difference so that she's doing really well. And I know with all of the things that we're doing and the medical support that we've gotten and we are getting, she will be completely well soon. Not soon enough, but hey. So what I want to say is, out of all of the difficulties, you just really can't imagine how when God gives you these kinds of crosses, people show up. People show up, people in this room. My neighbor Marge sitting over here, she's babysat my kids and calmed down. People I didn't even know. Marge I know, but people I didn't even know came and contributed. And so out of all of this, I grew. I grew to become the person that God knew I always was. And so I ask you this morning, as you think about your trials and your tribulations and the things that you are struggling with, to look inward as to how you can use your difficulties to grow and develop, because it's always all about contributing to another. So I've published a gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, peanut-free cookbook to help people. And I have to tell you, I have been humbled. Yeah, you like the bright cover, pink and green? I have been humbled, just humbled to practically tears as to how this little book has helped people. And that's all I've ever wanted to do as someone that God created who knows. What, you want to make me happy? Let me contribute. So this morning, let's look inward to see how you can use your own trials and tribulations to grow and flourish, so that then you're standing before your peers to say, thank God I had this journey. It may have been difficult. There may have been moments where I questioned someone's decision to have it go this way. But then you'll be tremendously moved at really the divinity of God. I wish you all extremely well. If there's anything I can ever do to support you, please let me know. And most of all,